Hello guys, I am Aniket and I like to create anime style environments in Blender, and recently a lot of people have been asking me how I do my materials and textures for my scenes. So let me show you quickly in this video. Here I have this scene that I created recently. So let's see how I did the materials for them. I basically just use one setup for my material and I can like kind of adjust it to make it work for all the different kinds. So if I just come in over here for this wall, I'll just disable the compositor so it's a bit fast. Yeah. So my materials usually have like three different segments. First one is are these like four nodes where we can control the color and like the edges. As you can see, the color of the edge is changing. I can even increase it. So basically we are masking the edges using these nodes, and it is pretty helpful for creating like stylized environments because like changing the color of the edges is pretty important. You can like make them worn out or like add any kind of effect. Other thing that I have over here is the ambient occlusion, through which I can change like the color of the shadows, as you can see. And the last thing over here is the basic texture. You can like change this to whatever to like kind of make different types of material. Right now I have to make like a wall material, therefore I use this, which I can control using like this color ramp node. If I want to make it like really dirty or maybe make it like a bit cleaner, and I can also like control the color of this from over here. Now if I wanted to make like a wood material, I would have changed this ground texture to something that of a wood, and basically that would have given me a anime style wooden material. Now what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you how I created this material. It is pretty simple, so we can just select it and close this, give this a new material. So let's just press Shift plus A and start by adding an ambient occlusion node, and you can plug this in over here. This will basically add like these shadows, and now we can start working on our edges thing. So press Shift A, search for a bevel node. Again press Shift A, and this time search for a geometry node. Now you can take this and plug it into a dot product, and take the normal input from over here and plug it in over here. Now you can take the value and finally plug all of this into a map range node. And when you plug the result into base color, nothing will happen, but we can just quickly change the values of 2 min to 1 and 2 max to 0. Now when you start increasing from min value, you can see when it is around like 0.9 or 1, we can mask out the edges. And this will basically work for like any material. If I just copy like these four nodes, I mean like any mesh, and I paste it over here and just plug it in like this, you can see we have easily masked out our edges for this as well. So this can work in for like any mesh. And one thing that you have to notice is that it only works for cycles. This method does not work for EV. All right, let's continue. Basically what I want to do is now I want to control the edge because it is black and white. So press Shift A and search for a mix color node. Change the blending mode to mix, plug the result in, and this can go in over here in the factor. Now when you change, I think B, yeah, now you can change the color of the edge, and this is color of the entire wall. What I will do is the ambient occlusion can go in over here, or I think a better way to do this would be add another mix node. So add another mix color node, plug the ambient occlusion into the factor, and the result of this can go in the A input. What this will do is, sorry, the A, not the B. Yeah. Now what we can do is we can also control the color of the shadows while controlling the color of the wall. So the B input over here is the color of the wall, and the A input is the color of the shadows. And you can control like how much of the shadows you want by controlling this distance value of the ambient occlusion like this. And let's set this to 1 only, and we can make it a bit darker so that it actually looks like a shadow. For the edge color, again we can go with some bright yellow type of color. Yeah, something like this. And now I will just quickly drag and drop this ground texture. I've also added this in like the description below, so you can download it if you want to use this exact one. but you can use like any texture over here that you want to. It does not really matter. You can plug this into the A input, or sorry, the B input like this, and you can see it is appearing over our model now. I will just quickly select it, press tab, press A to select everything, and you can press U and Q projection. This will basically give us a proper UV unwrap, and you can also select this, press Ctrl T. Basically, this is the mapping node, and we can increase the scale of it to something like 5 or maybe 3. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, so next what you can do is add in a color ramp in between over here. Press Shift A, search for a color ramp and plug it in over here. This way you can also like control the overall color of your like texture. If you want to make it like really grungy, or if you want to make it like a little bit less dirty like this. And yeah, that's basically it. This will help us to like create a material where we can like control the edges, we can control the shadow, and we can also control like the texture over here. You can change this texture to whatever you want, like to control the overall look of the scene. So I'll just show you really quickly. We can also use this thing to create different materials, as I was saying. So here I have this other scene, and if you'll notice, I have created like this wood material using that exact same principle. So let me just open up the material quickly. Yeah, over here I have the same setup for the edges node. Here are the edges where we can like control the color of the edges using this, and then we have like this wood texture that goes in, that will control like the overall look of the wood. So instead of using that ground texture, this time I'm using the wood, and I basically have like a wood texture, and that basically gives me an anime style wood material. And like I use this simple setup for a material for all my like for all my scenes. I basically just replace this texture with something else, and yeah, that gives me a nice looking anime style material. I don't really like to complicate it too much, or like make like very complex node trees, which I'm really not that good at. So yeah, I just keep it simple, and here I have my setup for the anime style material. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.